Hello, it's David Escamilla. This is Rapid Regeneration, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional, I'm not making any claims, medical claims or claims about diseases. I'm also not a massage therapist, a chiropractor, an acupuncturist, or an energy worker. I'm none of those things officially, but I'm basically just wanted to do a segment about some of these things. Basically, all these segments are about the same thing. It's about the age-old question. For tens of thousands of years or longer, human civilization has been trying to figure out how to activate self-healing in the body, and how to be our best selves, and how can we influence each other positively. And so this is nothing more than that, answering that question. That's what all of Rapid Regeneration is about. It's just a modern, contemporary analysis looking at all the things that we've discovered as a civilization, and perhaps some things that are hidden and secret, and occult in a way. And that my goal is to bring that out to light. And so my goal is to help you to solve your health problems, to achieve your health goals, like I've done for myself. I don't have all the answers to all the questions in the world. I'm not perfect. I'm not claiming to be, a Pharisee or just an angel or something. But I have figured out many of these amazing pieces of information that transform the body. That's my blessing, and that's what I am committed to share with you. So because I was so sick and I felt so horrible, and I did that for myself, and now I'm going to do it for you if you want this information. So that's what all these segments are about, and that's what these different modalities are about: massage, chiropractor, acupuncture, energy work. Now I've heard it said from some of my colleagues that, well, if you eat the healthiest of diet and you get super healthy, you're not even going to really benefit from therapies or things that assist the body. I disagree with that. I think that you will benefit. In fact, you may even become more sensitive to the benefits that you get from doing these things. So what are these things? I mean, these are amazing. These are the true healers on this planet. I mean, look at the other people that they're in competition with. People that are selling toxic chemical pills. Hey, let me cut you open with some instruments while we put you unconscious. Hey, let me beam you with some radiation. Or other activities that have a direct harmful effect on your body the very moment that you make contact with those. So that's the competition, and so many people use those modalities. But on the other hand, when you're dealing with a massage therapist, an acupuncturist, a chiropractor, or an energy worker, then there tends to be a much lower risk of damage to the tissue of your body or harmful side effects. In fact, if you get somebody who's extremely well trained and effective, your risk of harming your body should be basically zero. So that's the beauty of this, is it's all upside without the downside. Now, it took me a long time to come around to these therapies to help myself. And I think the reason is because of the money. Basically, I've struggled over the years. I've gone through economic struggles, just as I've gone through physical health struggles. And so, I think that was the reason why. But also, I just didn't realize, I didn't know you could find some of these at a more cost-effective rate and so forth. So I just didn't know about them. Since doing them, I've found that they've been extremely helpful, extremely helpful, powerful. Whether you're already healed and You're trying to go to the next level in terms of energy and awareness and performance, opening up the flows of the body, the energy. Personally, I got into a car wreck and I got whiplash in my back and my neck. And, I was worried that maybe I was hurt or something, but I realized it was just whiplash, and my body was healing itself over several days. And, which ultimately it did, but I found that going and getting these therapies was so helpful, so helpful, and it really accelerated that. So just a quick look at each one. Basically, chiropractors, okay, they target misalignments in the spine and skeletal system. So when this happens, this creates a lack of ease in your body's natural flow to correctly travel from one point to another. And it also can create a block in an electrical circuit. So after an effective adjustment, you could feel like literally a light bulb has gone on or an electric circuit has been switched on. And then ideally, the body will hold the adjustment. And it's sort of like you're bringing your body's recollection back to the time when you had total poise and ease of movement. And just look at how a baby will sit. It'll sit up, a baby, completely like a straight line, like a string is pulling it up by its head, effortlessly, with total energy. That's what basically an adjustment is, bringing you closer and closer back. Because through life we have these different traumas and whatever, and it makes us get out of alignment. And so that's basically in a nutshell, I guess, one point of chiropractor. Massage therapy, as you know, I'm sure, that's going to target the soft tissue of the body, connective tissue, muscles, sinews, ligaments, skin, that are surrounding the skeletal system. Now, what's amazing, and I've broadened my understanding of this, is that you can get acidic waste in the body that can harden, and it can form a kind of like a grit, a gristle that can get lodged into the connective tissue. So this grit can be worked out. It gets stuck in the fascia of the skin. Crazy. And you can work it out with just elbow grease, with hands. There's certain tools that can rub this out. And it takes a talent and a knowledge of the energy flows of the body and how the body, how the body's lymphatic system flows to eliminate wastes. You can also stimulate the neurolymphatic points during massage. You can do cranial sacral massage, which specifically targets the head and the skull. And those neurolymphatic points are especially amazing. If you go circle them and clockwise circles, rotating them, that can really stimulate the flow of energy. So massage therapy, truly amazing. Acupuncture. Now, this is a Chinese tradition, and trust me, I've learned a lot from the Chinese, the ancient Chinese methods. There's a lot of amazing knowledge points there. So acupuncture is basically sticking tiny needles, a tiny amount under the skin, along certain energy meridians. Now, this stimulates a network of energy flows that go through the body. Now, each energy flow is associated with different systems, organs, and functions of the body. So basically, when the nervous system gets stimulated by this needle, it helps to activate that entire circuit that can, like, for example, it can run from one of your toes up through your leg, around the torso, and up into your head. One circuit. And it has points, energy points, along the entire meridian going along the skin. And once the circuit gets turned on, it helps rehabilitate your body's natural awareness of that energy flow, so that your body can then sustain that flow of energy from that circuit of that nerve energy onwards. So what's neat about these modalities is they're actually trying to fix you so that your body is actually fixed and now functioning. It's not a system of management where you're constantly having to go back for another pill or another injection or whatever it is. It's literally trying to fix the problem so that you can not have to go back. Now, some people just go back anyways because it feels good. But yeah, it's the craziest thing with acupuncture. You go into an acupuncturist, and if they really know their stuff, and you tell them, yeah, I've been having like a headache or like a brain fog, and they'll say, or you'll say, I'm having sinus pressure, like I can't breathe through my nose at night, like I'm breathing through my mouth, and say, oh, no problem, and they'll sit you down and like, oh, let me just poke you right here in the forearm, right here in the calf, right here on the foot, beep beep boop, and oh yeah, those are the points you need to to get the energy flowing to your sinuses or to your brain or whatever it is, So it's funny because they have it all mapped out of the whole body. Now this assumes that you believe in reflexology, which means all the systems of the body are tied together and they follow along these energy meridians, these spirals through the body, trains, and of course I do believe that is the case. Kind of difficult to prove exactly, but yes, I mean, to me, yes, all the body's connected to itself through these pathways. Absolutely, no question. But you might not be hip to that. So lastly, energy work. Okay, energy work deals with the magnetic field of a human being, the electrical side of things and magnetic side of things. So the magnetic field of a human will emit frequencies and will radiate out sort of like a spiritual force field out into the universe. And this should be positive and resilient and vibrant, but this force field can become suppressed, it can become warped, weakened, diminished, it can even become possessed. And, energy workers who are gifted in this area can help to unblock these obstructions in a person's natural energy flow. And they work with the energy field of the person, which that energy field is going to flow through the body as well as surrounding the body and flowing outwards. So one of these methodologies is Reiki energy work. That's somewhat common. That's just one, though. I mean, there's individuals who are talented at this, redirecting and opening up flows of energy, but they may practice their skills under a different name than Reiki. I once knew a gentleman, I'm still friends with him to this day, and he became one of the most in-demand Reiki practitioners in his area. And he told me, I mean, he's so gifted at it, but he told me that when he first got into it, he was just doing his thing. He didn't even know it was Reiki, and people told him, oh, you're a Reiki master. He said, I'm a what? Because he was just practicing his gift. He wasn't trained in it. Now, he eventually got trained in it, but he was basically a Reiki master from what he was told before he even took a lesson. So, energy work practitioners can work without palpating the actual skin, and simply directing the energy through the air surrounding an individual, whether it's 6 inches from the skin or a foot or whatever it is, or energy workers can also incorporate physical touch to achieve this energetic transmutation or this purification. So, all four of these modalities kind of go hand in glove, and they can take your healing to the next level. So a chiropractor should acknowledge the value in massage therapy and acupuncture, or even energy work, and they should all kind of acknowledge each other, because they're all kind of filling in gaps, but surrounding the same thing, which is the body. My chiropractor, for example, he's a special man. I'm going to have to interview him one of these times to bring him in, because he's got a lot you can learn from, but he even has a very strong sense of energy. He told me that he can read a person's body and weaknesses and energies through their body without even palpating them. In other words, without placing his hands on them. He can tell that information just from kind of getting close to them, putting his hands around them. He can tell where the energy is blocked and weakened. So that's kind of amazing, I thought, when he told me that. So in a way, he's almost like an energy worker, but he's a chiropractor. So all these things fit together, and they're all amazing. And if I had to pick a favorite, I couldn't even, because one targets the skeletal system, one targets the connective tissue and the soft tissue, one targets the nerve energy through the skin, one targets the magnetic outflow of energy. I mean, they're all different, but they all go together. So they're really amazing. They've helped me a lot to go to the next level, and helped me at times when I was frankly kind of blocked. I felt blocked, and I felt like I was plateauing and not getting to that next version of myself that I was trying to become, like I always am. And so, yes, I'm very, very grateful. And of course, lastly, just, if these things are so great, then why wouldn't you be doing them all the time? And the answer is simple, which is it costs money. So unlike, the food, you're going to spend money on food. You have to eat, so it doesn't really cost that much more money to eat healthy food. That's covered in another segment, but really the cost should be close to the same as eating unhealthy food. But a chiropractor can cost from $30 to $60 per adjustment. Acupuncture, if you can find a community acupuncture center, this is where a lot of people are getting acupuncture in the same room. This is a much lower cost model than like a private office where you get your own room. So if you can find community acupuncture, you probably get a treatment from $25 to $50. And then massage therapy is about $1 per hour. And then energy work, maybe $1 per hour, or in some cases less. So yeah, I mean, I understand like that's not considered cheap in many cases. And this goes on the chopping block when people are figuring out their personal budget, how to get by financially. So yes, I definitely understand this. If someone is comfortable financially and they have extra money, perhaps you could put less of it into a retirement account, sending it to Wall Street, and instead invest right now in your own health, because that dividend is likely to be greater anyways from investing in your own health. If you're not in a position to pay for these services, trust me, I get it. I totally understand. But set it as a goal for yourself someday to do it. Lastly, hey, in terms of massage therapy, if you're not going to throw down and spend the money, hey, get a significant other that is interested in it. Massage is one of those things. For me, giving a massage is equally rewarding, if not more, than receiving a good massage. I mean, let's be honest, they're both good in their own way, but yes, find someone that you love, that you care about. Give them a great massage. I mean, and by the way, if you do, they're probably going to return the favor, okay? At least they're going to offer to. And, it's one of the most enjoyable, enriching forms of communication, love, physical gifting is to do that for each other and to literally heal each other's bodies with your hands. Now, I'm not trying to downplay massage therapists and just say, it's so easy, because it's not easy. You have to find out if you have a natural talent for it or if your significant other has a talent for it. But if you do, learn about it. Take the time. There's some great resources out there. But follow your intuition as well. Be gentle. You don't want to break up or sort of, you don't want to crush like a lymph node and be so deep tissue, like so much pressure, because you can actually harm somebody. But be gentle and use your intuition. And what I've found is you can actually read somebody's body like a book with your hands. I mean, you can really feel what's going on in that body, where the energy flows, where the energy stops, what needs attention, what needs healing. And what I found over the years is I can heal people with my hands. I mean, it's kind of amazing, but I'll bet that you can too. But you just have to open up to that and start to get an awareness of that and grow your gifts. So yeah, and by the way, there's an amazing massage tool that I've learned about, which breaks up the fascia of beneath the fascia of the skin, clogged, hardened grit, acidic residues. You can use this tool on yourself or use it on your significant other or your friends and family. You can find that at rapidregeneration.com/massage tool. So that's it. That's a very brief rundown of the chiropractic, acupuncture, massage therapy, and energy work. So all these modalities are amazing. They've helped me. They've transformed me. They're there for you. They cost money. I mean, these people don't work for free, unless you can trade with them. If you have something of value to trade, maybe they'll trade with you. So like anything, there's upsides and downsides. But unlike some other alternative professionals, there's not really a physical downside of doing these if you do them right. And if you get them through a properly trained, skilled person, the risk is very, very small compared with some of these other treatments that are out there. And so these things are amazing. These are the true healers on this planet. If you're one of them and you're listening to this, God bless you and keep up the good work and thank you. And so I hope that you found this helpful, and I'm here to help. If there's anything I can do to help you, please reach out to me. There's many, many great resources on the website, rapidregeneration.com. I am committed to helping you to reach your goals. So this is Rapid Regeneration. Thank you, and I will see you on the next segment.
For more information, please follow at Rapid Regeneration or visit rapidregeneration.com.